Yo, it's your boy Rush. I'm in the building promoting my side hustle, Rush Enterprise. If you need any armed guards or unarmed guards, you can call me on my business line, which is on the banner, or you can hit me up on Instagram. Today I got a special guest. He go by the name of Debo. Debovision is in the building,
What's up, brother?
co-owner
What's
of
going on?
Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, what's
Hey
going
man,
on, brother?
introduce yourself to the people, man.
Well, as you said, man, I'm Debo, calling of Queen of the Ring. Do so much more. Uh, but at this point in time, I'm pretty sure that's what the topic that talking about right now, man. How's everything, brother?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain, man. I'm grateful that you came through here today, man.
Got you,
Um,
got you. I see you got a lot of going on in your background. I hear
oh
all the
yeah,
noise.
yeah, I'm out and about, man.
Okay.
My first question for you is, how did you and Vague link up? I know, cause I interviewed Vague here a while back, and he
hmm
told me you used to be his cameraman, and you end up being partners with him for Queen of the Ring. So how'd you end up linking up before you became his cameraman?
Well, that's true. I gotta give shouts to my brother and my man Rated R and shit, my brother Manchild. We was doing music and stuff like that, and Rated R was actually battle rapping for a a battle league called King of the Ring. I didn't know what that was about. I knew about Grind Time and URL just started and stuff like that. So I was like, let me go tag along and find out what's going on and whatnot. So pretty much I met Vague through Rated R and my brother, and I liked what I saw, and I just said, yo, let me be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? I could work the camera and edit videos and stuff like that. And he was like, yo, bet. And that's 100% true. I started out doing the camera work and editing the battles and stuff like that. Like, but right after the first event, I was like, yo, man, I'm not doing this cameraman shit. I gotta be a partner. I'm putting in too much work. And he's like, yo, bet, let's do it. So, we just got together, joined forces, and it was a third partner and shit, but that kind of phased out. Um, but me and Vague just right from there until this present day.
Word. That's what's up, man. I know y'all still partnered with Babs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
hmm
So how did that end up? How'd y'all end up linking up with Babs? Like,
Um, well, to make a long story short, while we was doing Queen of the Ring, we was in like one or two events before anything because we did King of the Ring, and then we came up with Queen of the Ring, so we just kept doing like dual events and stuff like coexisting with each other. And then after two events, Babs called me out of nowhere and said, yo, I need a part of that. Playboy, what's up? And she wanted to be a partner, and I said, "Yo, I thought that was dope because we needed a female representative." So I brought it to Vague, and Vague was with it, and we was like, "Yo, let's do it," and it's made it a trio from there to the present day.
definitely, Queen in the Ring is an incredible league, and like y'all like the only league that put on females for to showcase their skills. Like, do you think
hmm
sometime in the future there'll be other leagues to display other females talent on any type of league?
Uh, I mean, there are others. You know what I'm saying? I got to shout out She Go Hard. I got to shout out Bars and Roses. Um, I just think with Queen of the Ring, we caught lightning in a bottle. From 12 years back, where we was just a niche market where we was just doing women's battle rap. Nobody else was doing it or cared to do it. So we just had, a lot of talent we found from way back then that's doing a thing still to this day. And yeah, in battle rap, which is a male dominated sport, women's battle rap got like a little cornerstone in that, but it's still big in a sense because it dominates a lot of what's going on in battle rap today. So, like I said, prior to shout out to those leagues, and I just hope that there's more to grow with and whatnot.
Word. That's man. You guys are incredible with your league, man.
Appreciate you, appreciate you.
Because I know when y'all first started off, there was hard to find any females to like um to put on to showcase their skills. Like, where did you find the drive to find the incredible talent of female MCs to battle? Like, what was the process of finding that talent, man? Because there was, like, when you first started off, there was no females that was willing to put on the work to get on to showcase the skills for a battle rap league like URL and RBE and stuff like that.
Um, it was just a competitive spirit, you know. We could have continued with King of the Ring, which everybody knows the what happened as far as like King of the Ring we kind of focused more on Queen of the Ring because it was just a thing to do. It was getting more popular as every event was going by. It was just a competitive spirit that I had just to continue to make things pop with a female battle league because I knew it would work. I just needed to find the talent, and we did that, and it just grew from there. You know, like you said, it's an incredible league, and I got to give a lot of a big shout out to the women that put in the hard work and gave their talent to the brand and made it what it was because like I said, it's just not my talents alone on finding talent. It's got to be the talent that I find to make it work, and that it did. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, you answered my question, man. That's what's up, man. Now, within this female battle rap space, like, who you think is the most respected and well known female battle rapper? Period.
Man, with a question like that for me, man, I'm always gonna go with a couple of answers, but can't always in this thing that we do, it's always supposed to be a quote unquote number one that stands out and stuff like that. But I really can't subscribe to that, man. So I would just say a couple of names, man, from E Hart to a jazz rapper to a Miss Hustle, 40 bars or a Couture, QB, official. Um, it's a lot of them, man. A Shuni. I can keep going on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You mess around with me, I'll name everybody that came through Queen of the Ring. I think is damn near number one.
I can't hold you, man. You got a lot of talent on Queen of the Ring, man. Like, I would say there's like a dozen of females that I really enjoy watching battling. I mean, that's how much talent you found. But the ones that I really like is Miss Hustle and Farrah Funeral. Like, those are
Hmm.
my two favorites. I mean,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
speaking of Miss Hustle, man, did you guys ever like patch things up? Did you guys like from? I know you guys kind of fell out about a certain event, or I could be wrong.
That's kind of like an old question to be honest with you, because if you
Okay,
if,
okay,
if
okay,
you're kind of
okay.
if you're kind of up to date, you see her on prom night too. So you know, there's always some behind the scenes shenanigans going
Yeah,
on. But,
yeah.
at the end of the day, is just all love, man. It's just shit that shouldn't spill out in the public. That could work itself
Word,
out and behind the scenes. So it's all right. Everything is good right now with
word.
Hustle.
That's what's up, man.
Salute,
Like
salute to Hustle.
I can't wait to see what have you got lined up and cooked up with her, man. Because Miss Hustle, she definitely got
Well,
you know.
I just told you prom night too is like next week. So
Okay, okay.
you understand what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tap in there, man.
Okay.
Word up, word up.
Get your pay per view and stuff like that if you're not there.
Yeah, word. Now, speaking of pay per view, right? What's like I know there's a lot of money to be made in that kind of lane. So like, what advice would you give to somebody that want to start up a league and tap into getting their showcase on pay per view and stuff like that?
Uh, I would say don't pay to play, meaning that what I'm saying, don't spend your money, eh, you know, trying to build your brand extra fast like that. with big names and stuff like that. Of course, they're gonna come through and give you the battles and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, but you're not gaining traction on the character of what your league is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Every good league has its niche from building their own talent. You know, shout out to the We Go Hards, the Black Ice Cartels and stuff like that. You know, like especially like a We Go Hard or I Battle, they have their own talent. You understand? Like they groom their own talent, and you know they tend to go out there and battle in other places and stuff, but they always come back home. That's the reason why they could always have a card every other month and stuff like that. So I would tell league owners just be patient because this is not a turnover where you're gonna get money as soon as you do the event and stuff like that. No, you might go into 4, 5, 6 events until you could break even, and 7, 8, 9 events until you could see something and get out the red. You feel me?
So you're saying that if you're going to start up a league, you have to start from the ground up. Don't even take the chance on investing for big names because it could be an out.
Put it like this, bro. A lot of quote unquote platforms, because I wouldn't call them leagues, because there's no leagues out here, no more. To be honest with you, a lot of platforms tend to think it's a a cash and grab, if I'm saying it right. Um, make a quick turnover, a flip by getting several big names and stuff like that, and you're thinking it's going to be guaranteed money at the door and stuff. That's not necessarily so because as much as you spend will be the little that you'll get back because you're gambling on whether you're getting a return via pay-per-view or at the door. And those are the only two components that's kind of banked on seeing a return when it comes to battle rap. And you know, the fans might not respect that person enough to want to go buy a pay-per-view. They might get a bootleg and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So all those things are all those variables come into play, but those variables come with a big gamble for a promoter.
Word, word. Now, have you ever worked with anybody within the music industry? And if so, who has it been? Like, who was the person you worked with from the music industry?
When you say that, you mean you got to be a little more specific. Work as in what? In battle rap from the
Not
music
in
industry?
battle rap, but like people from Interscope, uh, well-known artists, producers within the hip hop lane, not battle rap lane, but more in the hip hop lane.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to grasp your question. Like, if as in working people in the music industry doing what though?
Like, working out a distribution deal with Koch or something like that, and
Oh,
putting
did
out
I?
projects.
Well, I've been in the music industry for over 18, 20 years, bro. Like, I've been in the music industry way before battle rap. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the music industry at about the age of 17, 18 years old and shit like that. So a lot of people don't know I was signed to Atlantic Records by Sylvia Rome and stuff like that with a group called MOF. So I've been in that field, being a producer as well, for a very long time. And then I switched to battle rap in 2008 or 2009 to the present day. So I kind of switch on and off every now and then, depending on my mood or how I feel.
Okay, now with the group MOF, uh, like what do you have planned for them? Like, are you gonna put out an album with them, or you know?
Well, that's been a ongoing thing that I try to do, but it's kind of hard because the people that's involved are doing so many other things. So I haven't been focused on that in a minute. So when I say music industry, it's not having to just be an artist; it's also having to be a producer or somebody that mixes your album or things that are arranged and shit like that. What an A&R would do. So nah, there's no plans on the MOF album anytime soon. But I would like to, but that comes within time.
Yeah, like I kind of understand the gifs of the industry. Like sometimes there's a lot of politics that comes along with it, and the group of people that's working amongst each other, like you and your artists, and then along with the label, you kind of have to meet at the same time on how y'all want to release a project. So I know sometimes that could be kind of frustrating. I mean, but
Yeah.
but once it hits, the money gonna start coming in. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't really necessarily care for the money more than I care for the creative output of what's going on. Because besides battle rap and the music industry, I already have money. That's not what I'm actually here doing it for. It was never what I did it for. Because coming in as a music artist in battle rap, I was doing it for the passion and the love of the sport and the culture. You understand what I'm saying? So I was building from there. You know what I'm saying? My plight is way more bigger than just getting money out of battle rap or doing anything battle rap. As you can see, what I'm saying, what it entails, Queen of the Ring is an all women's battle league. So, we did big things for the culture economically and visually and a whole bunch of other stuff. We uplifted black women to a point where, their self-confidence has put them where they at today to get money and win in this sport, this male dominated sport.
Word, word. Now, do you have any like future plans for Queen of the Rings? Like facilitating them in like the movie industry and possibly putting out projects with some of the acts you have on Queen of the Ring. And if so, like how soon you think you'll do that?
Um, it's just the plans is just a continuation of what we've been doing. Um, when you talk about movies and things of that nature, we've done that. You know what I'm saying? We're the only battle league in the game that's been in a movie and it's showing of what a battle league does. If you go to a 40-year-old version, not virgin, but version, is on Netflix. You see Babs in there holding court, holding fort, with you know somebody battling from a misfit to Norma Bates, Shuni, misunderstood, um, and that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? We've been in a couple of movies and a couple of shows and stuff like that, or working with celebrities. That's a given. But we're just gonna continue to just stay, visual, so people can know that we're still out there to inspire other people to come do what they do.
Word, word. I could definitely dig that, man, and definitely will tap in a lot more. You know what I mean? To see y'all next move. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, my next question for you is: do you think the public will ever forgive Sub Zero for informing the public that Low Deluxe was deceased?
At this point in time, with the world spinning so fast, I don't even think people even remember that anymore. To be honest with you, so you know, um, I don't know. To be honest with you, that's not say a vague question. Not my partner vague, but a vague question and stuff like that. That didn't even cross my mind. To be honest with you, so I would say I don't know.
Word, word. My next question for you would be: do you think? What up? Okay, what's your thoughts on like the movement with bloggers and stuff like that? Why you think they focus on dispersing negative information?
Um, as far as that goes, negative information brings attention and views and clicks and likes and all that stuff like that. I just concluded to them just getting a bag and you know keeping at a high level of visibility to the public. Because if positivity was that, what negativity is to views and likes and a gang of comments, then they would go that route. So pretty much, man, at the end of the day, it's just them getting the bag, man. You just got to sum it up to that. They don't care about nothing or anything else but making sure their bills is paid monthly, and that's they got to do what they got to do.
Where I could dig that too. Um, Now, have you ever done any work with Smack? Because Smack been around for many for over 2 decades now. Like, did you ever bump into him? In the industry of doing some work together? Because I know Vague under King of the Ring, he did some work with him. So I'm just wondering if you did too.
You're not doing your homework, brother. I've been involved with Smack for like years. As you can see, King vs. Queens has something to do with URL. That's something, you know what I'm saying, I helped come up with. We did a whole bunch of shit with caffeine and URL. So yeah, I've done a gang of things with URL and Smack, man. Shout out to Smack, 100%.
Word. So who your top five battle rappers for the male portion?
Um, Tay Rock, Rex, Surf, Tay Rock, Rex, Surf, Goods, and I would probably say Rum Nitty.
He got good taste. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Now, do you think that in hopes of different platforms, right, that
Hmm.
there'll be another way of creating like passive income other than like publishing?
In battle rap, or you
Yeah.
talking about? I never seen publishing in battle rap, bro. Like, not to that extent. Like, I know it's a work in progress, and you could probably some people actually administrate their lyrics in a BMI or ASCAP system, but no. Passive income, as far as with battle rap, has to be created by the creators, because there's really no white man at the top of the skyscraper telling us what to do and how to move and stuff like that. So it goes by, every platform or league that creates whatever income they can for the to artists that they employ.
Or I mean, hopefully something could be a lot more tangible with getting like residual assets for publishing and different ways of conjure up passive income. You know what I mean? Hopefully something will
Well,
be more steady.
well, well, publishing is a chasing bag game, meaning that, if you don't got an administrator that's following your publishing and stuff like that, then you're gonna be like making various phone calls and various multiple phone calls and stuff like that to try to track down your publishing, because that right there is it's the long game, if you will. It's not a short bag. So a lot of people don't focus in battle rap on publishing because they don't really know how to obtain that. Um, and they got to get on their business on that, because the question people will be like, well, ain't that the league? It's not the league's responsibility to acquire your publishing and find it for you and administrate it, and all that is up to the artist to do that. So I say all that to say this: the music industry is not faring any better than battle rap. If people would be thinking, okay, if you're an artist, you get millions of dollars, and battle rappers only getting like a small percentage. No, the worthy battle rappers that's worthy of a coin to have are just as up there as any artist in the music industry. You know, um, and I believe that in totality, because a lot of people think these people that's flashing all bunch of monies and cars and all that stuff, those are loners, those advances that they just got. You know, this shit is a game of smoke and mirrors. Don't get it messed up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not getting to the bag in the music industry as you would think they would. Whereas in battle rap, a deposit is damn near 50 cent, as opposed to a music industry person where a deposit is probably only 10, 15%. You understand what I'm saying? So it all depends on the people that you're talking about in particular. So that's pretty much it.
Where I mean, I understand when you get those advances, those are really just loans from labels having a good relationship with certain
Pretty
banking
much.
systems.
Pretty much.
So yeah, I totally agree with you on that. The game possesses a lot of smoke and mirrors, man. And like what advice would you give to a young man that want to start up his own label and take that route? And what advice would you give him to be successful in that lane?
Um, just stay independent and be patient. It'll work for you. Have a niche sound and a niche market, and then when it hit, You know what I'm saying? Drive that shit home. You know what I'm saying? Beat them over the head with it for as long as you can to get your money, because there's only very few artists that have a longevity in their career. Whereas, the ones that don't have a longevity, they do have spurts. And when that spurt comes, you better be the hardest working person in show business to make sure you accumulate whatever funds you can out of that shit that you do, and then save that money and invest that money. So when you're 58, 65 or whatever, you're not having to get up to go on stage with your back all hurting, spitting the hits that you once had. You feel what I'm saying?
Word. Now, some people might want to, build themselves up just to get to a major label to get that budget money. Now, is that a bad move to make? Because when you're independent, like everything's kind of like on you. You got to pay for marketing, promotion, and etc. But when you do get the return, like that's all your money. But some people think it's easier to be under a major just to get the budget money and pay off for whatever they need to pay off for marketing.
People just want to be on a major to look good, also to be babysitted because they're lazy. They want the label to do all the work, and they just want to get on stage, rap it, and go home and look good and be a star. You understand what I'm saying? Also, some people just don't know how to work their music and stuff like that, which they should get a book on how to be in the music business and learn. So your best bet is to stay independent, learn about the business, and control your destiny from there. Whereas you'll have to babysit and fight with labels just to get what you need or what you want. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on where you're at in your space, your career space, and that. But independent is the best route to go.
I kind of agree with you on that because when you're under a major and the from the A&Rs to VPs and all that, like they don't feel confident enough to put out your material. You're kind of just sitting on the label and not be able to make no moves. And on top
Hmm.
of that, you can't do no other work other than with that label. You know what I mean? So, for
Right.
example, right, like if a company like E1 wants to distribute some of your mixtapes, that major company may hinder you from distributing that mixtape album. You know what I mean? And I think you're right, man. Well, I know you're right because independent is the way to go. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to invest in yourself, man. If you don't believe in yourself to invest in your own company, why would a major company want to invest in you? You know what I mean? They
Right.
usually come in after you got all the legwork done already. You know what I mean? So they
Right.
can get a recoup off your hard on, work and all that.
Right.
Um, my next question for you would be, how do you deal with certain battle rappers that overvalue overvalue themselves on getting a certain payment to do a venue? Like, how do you deal with that? Like, how you bring them back to reality and negotiate a pricing that's fit for them?
The key word is negotiating. Um, at when you're negotiating, you got to remember because certain artists are sensitive about their value, and it just goes about how you spend that value to have them understand what a budget entails, or where they could compromise and make it work for both parties involved. You understand? Some people are willing to do that, some aren't. Battle rap is a person by person business, whereas what I'm saying, when you're doing business, and you're acquiring talent on your platform or league, whatever, you just got to remember who you're dealing with at the end of the day. And if you're willing to do that as a league owner or a platform owner, then okay, that's what it is. Some people feel like they're entitled due to the fact that they put in work on your brand for a long time and feel like they deserve X, Y, Z, and such and such. But little do you know, that person that feels like they've been there for a long time has been getting their ass kicked on the stage left and right. So, you got to tell them, like, yo, you're only getting this due to the fact that you're not doing well on the stage. Or, a person that is doing well on your stage probably wants X, Y, and Z. And that's a little too high. And you got to bring them down. So it's all within the conversation and the person of, how they respect said artist and vice versa.
Word. That's what's up. Because you know, some people kind of would like misinterpret doing good business, by getting the most out of you. That's not reasonable. You know what I mean? And for example, like if you're dealing with a battle rapper that's on a certain card or whatever, and you only want to pay him a certain dollar amount because the amount of people they could bring in, for purchasing tickets and all that for that certain venue or battle rap event, and like I could understand there could be some type of level of frustration negotiate with that individual when they think they're worth more than what they are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
My next question for you would be uh other being like a battle league owner, like what other investments or businesses have you been dealing with other than the rap league battle league?
Um, I got my own, like I said, I got my own company as far as music is concerned and stuff like that. I've been dabbling in a few investments. That's kind of private, but a couple of things, dealing with the restaurant business and shit like that, and certain things. So it's just things I've been doing outside of battle rap that's trying to make it, turn a coin and make shit happen. That's why I don't look for any type of financial uh turnover in battle rap. Not saying I don't want to have it, but I know the risk that it entails. So I do it for the culture and for the ladies to continue their legacy and stuff like that.
Word. I know you. I know you're from the Bronx. So what was it like growing up in the Bronx for you? Like with all this rich history of of hip hop period.
Oh, growing up in the Bronx was good, bad, and ugly at the same time. I've been around all the hip hop history in the golden era from the '80s to now. So I know all the the secrets and the who did what and who was really there and all that other shit. So it was okay growing up in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? My childhood wasn't traumatic to a point where I'm just losing my mind, but I had fun on a lot of instances and a lot of hip hop, history and stuff like that. I was definitely there. So definitely having fun in the Bronx.
Now, who do you grow up like from that era, right? Like, who did you grow up listening to, and who influenced you the most to, what I mean, dabble in the industry? Period.
Um, I didn't really have an influence, more of a liking to a lot of artists that's out there from the Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, No Limit, like what I'm saying. This is a lot, man. I think I said NWA, Cam, Lord Finesse, Diamond D, Gangstar. Shit, it's a lot of motherfuckers I was inspired by, I guess. But my influence is really kind of like myself and shit, because I'm a you know, if it's such a thing, introvert, outrovert, extrovert, whatever. I said that wrong, but I was both. When it's time to be and shit like that. So I had brothers and sisters, but I was damn near working like an only child. So I would listen to a lot of hip hop shit back in the days and stuff. So
Yeah, Cam was definitely one of my top favorites. You know, his first album, Confessions of Fire, is to me is a classic. There's a joint on there where he's rhyming with death and he's politicking with death. I thought that was on a Shakespeare level, man, making that
mm,
record, man.
hmm
But it's amazing to see him to transition to from the rap industry and now doing like media now, and his podcast is pretty successful. And
hmm
what are your thoughts on him? Like what are your thoughts on him being a successful podcaster now, from being a rapper to a podcaster, having his own network?
I think it's great. He came a little bit after my era. Um, But from what I see, Cam was always a hustler and shit, and it's always good to see that. That's inspirational, what I'm saying, as an artist and stuff like that, to see the older guys still be out there and shit like that, making music and doing shit, just not giving up, because I don't think hip hop is just for the younger generation. So It's just all about how you put out your content, your music and stuff like that. It could be contemporary, it could be for the young, it could be for different genres of people and shit like that. But with the cam shit, I think that's dope, man. Like, it's a different lane, but it's still hip hop.
Where I feel the same way. This would be my last question for you. Um, what are your thoughts on the battle between 40 Bars and Daylight? Like, do you think the showmanship was pretty good? Like, I enjoyed watching that battle, so I want to get your perspective on that battle.
Definitely. I'm the one that put that together. So it's a million view battle. It's a great battle. Two legends going back and forth at it and whatnot. And we got the bang for our buck with that battle and stuff like that. A lot of people enjoyed it. And like I said, it's one of the revered battles to this day in battle rap, not just Queen of the Ring, but in battle rap and stuff. It's definitely one of the legacy parts that help uh events such as prom night and kings versus queens type of deal. You know what I'm saying? That intergender feel between men and women going back and forth. And it gave it a different perspective of what Daylight brought to the table. He brought something different and I'm happy about that. And with 40 bars and shit, she's dope always and shit like that. So it's just like those two dynamics come together and it exploded and made everybody happy in that building.
Word. I know I said that was my last question, but my man's on here, the Fly Boy Way. He got a question for you. He says, recently KRS on a Lord Jamar had a disagreement on origins of hip hop being from the Bronx. Do you agree with Mrs. saying that hip hop originated um, evening between blacks and Puerto Rican culture?
Um, I don't think I understand the question what he's trying to ask. Here's my take on it. Hip hop is an African American culture. It's been, you know, spawned and created from African American youth. Only thing with that situation is it's not a one. It's a multiple. It's not one person that can claim and say I invented hip hop. I created it. This is what it is. They always show love to say like Cool Herc or something like that, spinning the brakes and whatnot. But he's just a representative of what hip hop looks like and stuff like that because he did it since all the way back then. But you always got to remember there was other DJs out there doing shit just like Cool Herc or even before him. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ Mario and stuff like that. So hip hop at this point in time is really gonna have to uh, find its roots and really have it documented on how the story's really been told because it's coming from so many different places. Lord Jamal wasn't there when that time of hip hop happening back then, obviously, but he does have a good grasp on how it was invented because I think he's just around my age or probably older if anything. But same thing with KRS One. He's been around. So how can we go against the Blast Master with that? What his revelation, or his explanation, excuse me, of what hip hop or where it came from, how it started, and things of that nature. But in a general sense, I do believe that African American youth, what I'm saying, cultivated hip hop culture and uh Latinos, preferably Puerto Ricans participated in a heavy manner as far as like what hip hop entails and stuff like that. Because back in the '70s, especially in the Bronx and stuff like that, you had Latino communities and Black communities um, integrating and getting along with each other and shit like that. But there were a lot of Latino parents and stuff like that that was a little bit kind of like didn't like the hip hop stuff or didn't want to really blend in. They had their own thing for like the salsa and stuff like that, and they had their own ways. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the old, style and stuff. Because it's generations and stuff like that. Some that came from Puerto Rico, they kept their culture how they wanted, and that's how they wanted it. There's nothing wrong with that. So when the African American youth started doing the pop locking and the hip hop and like Coke LaRock was the first MC and stuff like that, yes, Puerto Ricans were around, but they wasn't as participant in that nucleus, in that start of that. You understand what I'm saying? And once they started, they was all welcome. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to segregate when it comes to that. You know, because I think that's a real on the surface topic about who was such and such. I understand the history has to be told properly, but I'm not trying to exclude if you understand what I'm saying.
I definitely understand where you're coming from with it. Um, that was that was the last question. Thank
Okay.
you so much for coming through. Do you have any last words for the people before you bounce?
Oh man, nah, this shout out to your network, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I love it. You know, anytime you want me to come back, just holler and shit like that, and we rocking and rolling. Prom night 2, September 28th is coming up. Get your tickets. If you can't get your tickets, get your pay-per-view. And you know what it is, Queen of the Ring. We in the building. Shout out to I can say their name at the same time. I was gonna say Babes and shit. Shout out to Babs and Vague and shit like that. I hate them niggas, but shout out to them.
Word up, man. Thank you again for coming through, man. This your boy Russ. This interview's officially over. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and always remain sucker free. I'm out. Yo, Debo, thank you so much for coming through.
Salute, my brother. Thank you, man. One.